Photoshop Elements 5 users will be happy to know that the Curves command is once again available to them. Curves is an excellent tool for adjusting the overall contrast and tonal quality of an image, and it's much more precise than just using a Levels command. I'm going to start by duplicating my background layer. Then I'm going to navigate over to Graphie's Handy Actions, which is in the Special Effects palette. Click Handy Actions, and there they are. The first thing I want to do is duplicate this image by using the Duplicate Image action. That guarantees that my original is not going to be sacrificed, and I'm working on a copy, so if anything goes wrong, I've still got it. Now I just want to double-click on the curves, and it'll bring up a dialog like this. The first thing I like to do is find the black point of an image by clicking the black eyedropper. Now over in my image, you can see as I click on different areas of it, certain little ghost squares appear on the line through the middle of the curves dialog. What I'm looking for is a black point. That's probably it down here in the bottom in the water. The next thing I want to do is find the white point. These clouds are probably the whitest point of the entire image, so I'll use them as my white point. Next, the gray point. This is the mid-level. Clicking around somewhere in the general water area will add or possibly even remove any sort of color cast. Clicking here adds a slightly purplish tint. Here's a slightly greenish tint. I kind of like the bluish purple tint before, so there it is. Click the gray eyedropper again to deactivate it, and now I can freeform my curve. Clicking in the image will show a little ghost square on the line, so I found that this point down here was a little bit too dark, and I want to lighten that up. Memorizing where the ghost square was, I simply click on the line and drag up. Then I want to find a middle range area that's maybe a little too bright, like maybe the sky. Pulling down on that will move the curve down. That's maybe a little too much. Bring it back up a bit. And that's pretty much it for the curve on this particular image. I may want to add another curve, but I think that's good. We'll accept that. The original image had this very striking blue sky that I really wanted to keep. So to do that, I'm going to go back into Handy Actions, and on my duplicate layer, after making my selection, I'm going to select all these sky and cloud areas that are above the mountains in the distance. This I'm just using the magic eyedropper. And that's not selecting the clouds as well as I would like it to do. Pretty close though. Keep clicking. And a few more clicks to select. Now that I've got most of it, I'm going to go up to my lasso and just draw all the way around the entire sky area to select it all, getting close to these mountains down here. There I've got the whole sky area selected. Back in my Layers palette, I've got my background copy selected. I'm going to add a layer mask to it. And there's my layer mask. Now I'd like to create a mask from this area that I've selected. So I'm going to run the mask from selection action. Now you can see it brings back my blue, the beautiful blue original that is in the original unaltered layer beneath it. There's the whole original, and there's with our curves command on it. You can see it lightens up the water and the boat down in front, but it keeps the sky just as blue and as crisp as it was earlier. Another thing that's really cool about layer masks is that you can run filters on them. There's a very crisp line right through here where the mountains meet the sky that I just want to soften up a little bit. So I simply highlight my layer mask, and I'm going to run a very slight Gaussian blur on it just to smooth that line out just a bit. Get this where I can see it. Very low radius. I can scrub it down and it's still a little bit crisp, but if I go too high, it becomes an obvious, almost a halo effect. So right around there looks pretty good. We'll accept that. And there the sky, the original sky, blends right into our curves layer. Toggle these on and off a little bit and you can see the difference. That really the curves adjustment really brings out the water and the boat in the foreground. Now just a quick toggle between the original and the adjusted version.